And then just before the viewing, they call me and they say, oh, well, we decided on another property. I thought it was my fault. The second incident brought again this kind of feeling of failure and what is wrong with me. Most of my time, I'm not being paid for that hours. I decided to ask him like straightforward. And I was like, what? Hello everyone, welcome to Propertising. My name is Lilian and today I want to share a story with you. So when I was a real estate agent back in the day, I significantly remember a client calling me in the early days. They called me in a panic mode. They would say, help me out, find a property. Please, it is urgent, I have to buy now, and so forth, so forth. And I remember that I was very eager to help everybody. And so I did. I kind of cleared up my schedule and pushed back others who weren't so in a hurry, let's say. For a couple of weeks, I kind of invest on him. I would send him a lot of properties. I would try to find properties that based on the specs he gave me. We did a couple of viewings and then we had an appointment for the third viewing, and he calls me and he's like, you know what? I just booked a property. I mean, I was shocked because we were in this situation. I thought we were fighting together to find this property, and I was just like left speechless. I thought it was my fault, because you try to find what's wrong with you and what you didn't do correct that some other agent did. It made me feel quite bad for myself as a professional. But this passed, and then several months later, another lead comes in, another new contact, and he was in such a hurry again. Once again, he was like, I'm really serious buyer and I really want to buy right now. I kind of forgot the incident, the first incident, and I went all in again. Frankly, I kind of spent several days on working on properties, sending them properties and so forth. And then just before the viewing, they call me and they say, oh, well, we decided on another property. The second incident brought again this kind of a feeling of failure and what is wrong with me. Maybe I'm not good for the job. A third incident happened, was exactly the same thing. And suddenly that person was like, I need to go on vacation next week, so I need to settle this, book the property before my vacation. And that didn't happen, and he went on vacation. He's like, it's okay, I can book it from my vacation point, that's fine. I think that worried me was that I told him, you have to alert your lawyer because there's going to be an agreement signing since you're going to do it remotely. And he's like, yeah, I don't know if I'm going to call my lawyer just right now. And I was like, that's odd. Yeah, then what happened was he ghosted me, actually. I was so angry at that point. I don't expect for my clients to be professionals, but I at least, expect them to be quite honest because they engage. Most of my time, I'm not being paid for that hours that I provide and that work that I provide. So I at least expect, to pick up the phone, and tell me honestly what's going on. But that didn't happen. And then he shows up, I don't know, a week maybe later, and he's like, oh, you know what? I'm sorry I didn't reply, but I booked another property. That got me so upset and mad. And I decided to ask him, like straightforward, why? He's like, oh, I've been searching for property for like 6-7 months, and I found this one I liked, but last minute, just before we sign, I wasn't really sure if I'm missing on any opportunities, so I called you. And I was like, what? And then it all clicked to me. All those people, they did exactly the same strategy. And I understand that in terms of, a buyer's perspective. Don't get me wrong, I'm not mad with that. It's everybody's right to search for an opportunity last minute, the fear of missing out can make a person, feel a little bit scared and search for alternatives, or, just check the market once again. But be straightforward with your estate agent. I mean, just tell them, you know what, I'm about to sign this property, but I feel that maybe there is an opportunity I might have missed. This is the property. Do you think you can find something better than this? This is a whole different approach for a professional, I just got those people who were just like, oh, I'm in such a hurry. Please, just abandon everything you do and focus on me, because this is so urgent and I'm such a serious buyer. And they were trying so hard to convince me about their seriousness and about their intent to buy. And, they were just like, foul. I mean, that wasn't right. And after those incidents, I had enough experience to then have a different approach, because 90% of the time, this is the case. When somebody is in an absolute urgency, and of course there's not a program like a golden visa or something that is time limiting them, or something that is restricting them, they're just like appear out of nowhere, manifesting as a very serious, very urgent buyers. I don't say it's 100% of the time, but 90% of the time, those people are about to book another property and they're having a weak moment. What I did in the years to come was that I requested for them to sign me a paper of exclusivity, that I would be their exclusive agent, and then whatever they would purchase through me. If a person is real and he's in a hurry, he really needs your help, and he's truthful, they will have no problem signing that paper. But if they're not, and if they're about to sign with somebody else, they won't do that. Find a strategy to use on those leads that will prevent those types of situations for you. They need to give something back to you. And I don't mean to ask for a larger commission, because that won't work, but they need to be committed as well if they want you to be committed in that level. Also, qualifying your leads, being able to identify who is a good match for you, who can you help really or not. Most of the cases when you're wasting a lot of time is because you're searching properties that you don't list right now, and you want to help a specific buyer because they seem to be the right person for you to work with. And maybe that's not so optimal if you haven't kind of validated his intent. So I do have this workshop where I actually hand over my system, the system I created when I was a real estate agent, for me handling leads. And it also has this communication pipeline, a way to communicate more effectively and kind of automate some communications, so that not as the client would say, but who is an urgent lead for you. It is really easy and fast to implement. We actually do this together within 35 minutes. If you want to join, I'm going to leave the link in the description. We lose track on clients, and that is a truth. When they call in a hurry or in a panic mode, we get into that panic mode. It's kind of contagious. If you're struggling with those type of situations, if you face anything like this, please leave a comment. And well, I will see you on the next video. I hope it will be soon. Bye bye.